Alright, it's only me. Not long back, I was actually away camping with the dog last night. And I come back the day, and when I got back in the house, there's a parcel sitting waiting for us, which I'd pre-ordered a few months ago, when I heard that Deep Purple's Made in Japan was coming out as a super deluxe edition box set. For no particular anniversary. I mean, the original album's what, 1972, so it's like it says 50 on the sticker on the box here, but that's nonsense, because that would mean it was 1975. Ken, you could have done that for, like, what, I don't know, Made in Europe or whatever. But I think the only thing I can see here that ties this in to any kind of date is the fact that this is the 15th of August today, and the first show for the legendary concerts in Tokyo and Osaka that they recorded the Made in Japan album on were on August the 15th. First one was August 15th, 16th and 17th. Album remixed by Stephen Wilson, who is the man. I'm going to set this out here now. Stephen Wilson, who is the man that has become like the classic rock remix guy. And I've got a lot of his remix, done a lot of King Crimson, done a lot of progressive rock stuff. King Crimson, Jethro Tull, Yes, Gentle Giant, all that kind of stuff. Hasn't he really done a lot of the like heavy rock end of the thing? But I'm interested to hear what he does with Deep Purple. His stuff, some of it's amazing. His work on Yes's Tales for Topographic Oceans and King Crimson's Larts, Tongues and Aspic. I'll not go back and listen to the original mixes again. Stephen Wilson did an amazing job of remixing the particular albums. There's other ones that I've heard that I'm not particularly that bothered about, and I was talking to Uncle Bob Crawford, a man that when we're talking Deep Purple, his opinion should always be respected. And he said he had heard one of Stephen Wilson's mixes, and he said he didn't like it compared to the original. So I can't say myself, no heard any of it, but I'm just going to open this up and have a look at what's inside it, because it's much the same as the Black Sabbath and Whitesnake box sets. Same size here, but like what people my age would identify as a Ladybird book style book. If anybody remembers what a Ladybird book is for back in the school days, these things always come. This is what I like when you get these things, is that the sticker comes off the cellophane nice and easy, so you can keep the sticker there. And I'll just stick that back on the front of the box. Some people like it, some people don't. I like the stickers. But I've just covered Deep Purple up with that sticker there. Remember the famous picture on the front there's Deep Purple playing on stage? A la that. I've just stuck that sticker on the front. But hey ho, whoever's going to sell it is going to have to wait until I die, so it doesn't matter anyway. So let's have a look in here. A nice wee slip on the back here telling you exactly everything that's in here. An interesting thing about this is that it'd be about a big revelation, as if, Jesus man, Deep Purple are releasing all the shows they recorded for Made in Japan. It's been out for 30 odd years. I'm pretty sure this came out in 1993's Deep Purple's Live in Japan, a 3 CD box set that had most of the shows on there. In fact, even better than this, the first night and the third night have both got encores, which we don't have on here. I'm just going to compare the different. The only thing I didn't like about this particular set was they had remixed, or even just mixed the tapes for release. And Roger Glover would get the thin end of the stick. And everybody's always like, aye, Deep Purple in it. It's all about the guys playing the guitar solo. It's all about John Lord and Ritchie Blackmore, which meant that the bass got mixed down slightly. Forgetting that the bass is in there, and that the bass helps to propel the song along, gives the song a bit of energy in the bottom end there. every great guitar solo that you've ever heard has got a bass player and a drummer in there at least, who are just keeping things going and letting the guitar player do his own thing. Because if it wasn't, every guitar solo you ever heard would just sound like whatever. Jimi Hendrix doing Star Spangled Banner at Woodstock. It needs the music underneath it. It's all about everything. So this is alright, but never like the mixes compared to the original mix, which is going to be where I do the judging on this. So anyway, getting round to looking at what's in here finally. What we've got here is a new book in the gold livery that the original album came in 1972. This is different actually. This isn't the Ladybird book. It's like, it's no hardback and bound. It's like a flimsy. Yeah, it still has got a pretty solid cover on it, but that could get water damaged very easily. But on the inside there, you've got all the things that you can sit and read. Listen to the stories one more time for the people that were there, how Deep Purple went and conquered Japan in 1972, and then this album came in and pushed them over the top. This is a replica tour programme here, Deep Purple Japanese tour programme, all written in Japanese, which is nice if you understand Japanese, which I don't, but always nice to have these things. And these are the things that they throw in to entice you to buy things that you've bought umpteen times before. A poster here, Deep Purple made in Japan, again with that's the inside of the gatefold sleeve of the original album. That pretty good, but again a poster. It's not going to go up in my house. It's hell, I just wouldn't have it. This is again in the gold livery there. Something a bit nostalgic about that to anybody who ever sat about as a young boy listening to Deep Purple's Made in Japan. This is Stephen Wilson remix here, which is CD 1, and then we've got CD 2, which is the first night in Osaka, the 15th of August 1972. I don't even know if it was Stephen Wilson that mixed the rest of the shows. There's also another guy mentioned on the front of the box. I can't remember what his name is. It's Richard Digby Smith. Richard Digby Smith. Where did they find these people with these double-barreled names? Or just random abbreviated letters in the middle there? Like Stephen W. Taylor, who did the Hawkwind. I was like, who's he? This is Osaka, August the 16th. Also mixed by Richard Digby Smith. Remixed to be Richard Digby. Hopefully Richard Digby Smith. I'll stick Roger Glover back in there. That's the third show there. Tokyo on the 17th of August 1972. And then this, which I found a bit bizarre, was CD 5 of this, which is the encores, which means you get, if you look at this, you get 3 versions of Black Knight pretty much in a row, separated by 2 different versions of Speed King, one of Lucille, and there's single edits there. But anybody that's got a computer can easily fix these things and put these songs back in the shows. But it's just for if you were going to listen to this one particular CD, you would be listening to the same song over and over again. Quinny! Whoa! He's woofing at the other dog, man. Wait a minute, I need to go and grab it. I need to grab this dog. Quinny! In you come. Whoa! Quinny! Come here. What a goofball, man. Right, anyhow, sorry about that. I Made in Japan Blu-ray, which only contains the Dolby Atmos 5.1 mix of the album. There are absolutely no extras on this. Remember, this is a Blu-ray disc, which you could fit, the King Crimson ones, they managed to fit umpteen live shows on. you could have all the contents that are in this box set on this Blu-ray in surround sound and in high-res audio files, and still have bags of room to spare. So points off for that. There's absolutely bugger all except for the album. You do have the original 1972 mix as well, but it's not enough. See, for a Blu-ray in this day and age, this is actually a bit of a rip-off. So I'll report back when I hear exactly what the music's like, which is where the rubber meets the road with these kind of box sets. Just before I go, also out today, UFO No Place to Run for 1980, the remaster. The UFO remasters have been pretty good actually. They've all came with live shows that have been out there for a while, but been remixed up to the current 2020 standards. So the UFO ones are running round about 45-year anniversaries here. So that's for 1980. First album famously with Paul Chapman, who had been playing with the band on and off while Michael Schenker kept doing his disappearing acts. But these are pretty. The only thing I don't like about these particular remasters is that they come in this. It's got a book in it, but it's like a kind of poster book, which makes it kind of annoying to read, because you need to kind of sit and read it like a newspaper. But there you've got on the back of that, you've got a poster for UFO's No Place to Run album, and that'll be like the story all about working with Beatles producer George Martin, Paul Chapman coming in, Paul Raymond recording the album and then leaving, and then Neil Carter coming in. And I've always really liked the Paul Chapman years of UFO. I mean, Paul Chapman is a fantastic guitar player. The only problem is that he was following Michael Schenker, who's like an animal or his own. But Paul Chapman, absolutely superb. And the show that's on this, which I've had on bootleg for quite a long time, is live at the Marquee Club, the 16th of November 1980, which has got, like, I don't know, what, 3 or 4 songs on there. In fact, it even starts off with a song for the Wild, the Willing and the Innocent, which is the next album, the song Change Chains. But you get Letting Go, No Place to Run, and Mystery Train for what would have been the new UFO album at the time. So I'm looking forward to listening to this as well. So I've got a lot of listening to do. So thanks for sitting in watching these things. But that's what happens when you're a collector. You end up with umpteen of these things, and when you've lived your whole life with some of the music, when you're talking about Made in Japan, I mean, I go back with that album till I was, like, I don't know, about 13-year-old or something. So anyway, keep listening to the tunes, and I'm away to stick on some of that. So just a final thought on Made in Japan. People always say, people have got to rank things, this has got to be the best, and that kind of thing. People talk about Made in Japan being the best live album all the time. Something that I don't really agree. There's some moments on it that are absolutely fantastic. You're talking about the first side, Highway Star and Child in Time. Highway Star, one of the most exciting live album openers all the time. Everybody's firing all cylinders. And then the Dynamics, Child in Time, totally unbeatable. But just other places, when you think of stuff like The Mule and the massive big jams during Lazy and Space Trucking in particular, side 4, they just go on too long for me. I've always said it, my favourite live album all the time, if I had to pick one, is Judas Priest's Unleashed in the East. Yes, Rob Halford tarted up his vocals in the studio, and it isn't as legit live as Deep Purple's Made in Japan, but I mean it's an absolute roller coaster ride. It doesn't let you up for air, whereas with the hardcore soloing going on in there. But I mean, listening to a lot of Rainbow last night down the beach, man. On his game, Richie Blackmore is the best. There's just no doubt about it when you're talking about fast, exciting rock guitar playing. Right, I'm out of here, man. Enough talking about this. I'll probably be back on shortly, actually, talk about some of these songs I've recorded the past couple of days. And also, if you're not doing anything tonight, Big Licks is back at Fanny's, one of our cornerstone gigs in Kilmarnock. So if you're not doing anything, come down, it'll be a good laugh. Right, I'll see you later, bye.